is the BYD Sealion 8, a plug-in hybrid 3-row family-friendly SUV with heaps of EV driving range and heaps of power as well. And in this short review, I'm going to show you around it. We'll get into the third row and see if it's spacious enough. And also, we'll go for a quick drive. So let's check it out, shall we? Sealion 8 time. Thanks for subscribing. I can't tell you the exact pricing and full specs for this model range just yet because it hasn't been confirmed, but I can tell you that you can expect pretty assertive pricing. That's BYD's trademark after all, and there's going to be two different versions available. The entry-level one is called Dynamic, and then there's the high-grade one, the premium, which is this one here. Now you do get some pretty good standard equipment across both grades. Full LED lighting, you get 21-inch wheels on the high grade, 20s on the base. There's plenty of different options for unlocking, proximity, there's NFC, there's Bluetooth, heaps of options for that. And you've also got plenty of great stuff on the inside, including a lovely interior trim. There's a 15.6-inch touchscreen media system, and it also comes with a 10.25-inch driver info screen. There's wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, front and second row massage functions, a 21-speaker sound system in the high grade, 50-watt wireless phone charger as well, 360-degree camera is standard and heaps of other safety tech too, and it really does have a few things going for it in terms of this spec range, but obviously the price will be the big determining factor. But what do you think it should cost? Have your say in the comments section. Now let's take a bit more of a look at the Sealion 8 design. Rightio, so if you're thinking 3-row family SUV, say a Toyota Kluger or something like that, this is similar in terms of the size. It is quite long, 5 meters in length, with a relatively long wheelbase as well, 2.95 meters. So you are going to be getting a sizable hunk of vehicle for your money, and I think hunk is a great determinant for this because it is a really nice looking piece of design in my opinion. I'd love to know what you think, have your say. And if you're wondering about the important stuff, well, I'll put all the dimensions on your screen now. And also in terms of ground clearance, you'll see there now too. Now, this one is the high grade version with 21-inch wheels. It's even got cross-drilled rotors. Yeah, pretty nifty. There's a couple of considerations when it comes to charge ports and so forth, but we'll get to that in a sec. And at the back, it's got the Chinese knot tail lights apparently, and they look really good, I have to say. Very, very tidy piece of design. Now let's have a look in the boot. Where's the button? Let's find it. Down there? Nope, nope. There. Okay, electric tailgate. That's good. And you'll have a look at that space and go, oh, that's not very much, but it's actually a decent amount of space behind the third row seats. And you can see right there, top tethers for the third row as well. Hallelujah. Good thinking. Now, there's some good inclusions in the back here. You've got a little LED light, you've got a 12-volt port there, some little cargo hooks too. Underneath there, you're going to find where your cargo cover hides and a can of goo or a tire repair kit. There is no spare. That might be an issue for some. And then let's have a look at how these seats operate. You do have these little pull tabs. So pull that and that will get rid of the headrest and then push it forward. And there you go. So that's pretty nifty. If I can do that one-handed while I'm filming, you'll be able to do that one-handed with a kid in your arms or something. And you can see there that you do have a good amount of space with that third row folded down. That will allow you a family-friendly 5-seat option, or if you need it, 7 seats with, well, hopefully a bit of comfort. We'll check it out in the next section. Okay, let's have a look at the interior of the Sealion 8. This won't be a full detailed breakdown, but let's just have a quick glance around this cabin. It does feel pretty good straight off the bat. You've got the 10.25-inch screen here and the 15.6-inch screen there. And that 15.6-inch screen is very familiar from other BYD products. So you've got some good stuff built in here, Google Assistant stuff, and also Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and you've got a number of different settings. I'm not going to go into heaps of detail for this review because I don't have much time, but there's also some quick adjustment menus here. You've got your climate stuff. If you need it, it's down the bottom of the screen. It'll stay there with CarPlay on as well, which is great to see. And yeah, you can adjust where the air's going and so forth through there. So I think that this is a very simple but very effective screen based on my very short time with it that one there, you'll get used to that as well. This particular car also has a head-up display, as you can see right there, and there's also this very nice looking and nice feeling steering wheel. It's quite chunky, and there's a number of good controls. They're not piano black, love that about it. It's got a good looking stereo speaker setup up there as well on the dashboard. It all looks very tidy, I have to say. Wireless phone charger down here, a little storage nook and a couple of cup holders, some controls including your starter button down there, a volume scroller and some aircon stuff too. You can adjust your drive mode, HEV or EV modes, and actual drive mode adjustment there for off-roady stuff. So look at that. There's a number of different modes that you can cycle through if you want to, but yeah, pretty good in terms of the adjustability and the controls here. Decent center console bin, lovely seat comfort as well, and you've got the old walk-in setup so you can adjust the passenger seat to suit those getting into the back. We'll get into the back in a sec. You've also got these nice soft padded sections on the doors. This trim is good. Auto dimming rear vision mirror. There's a camera there as well for interior monitoring for whatever reason. Not sure if I love that, but there's also a sunglasses holder, and you've got a set of sun visors with illuminated vanities and no adjustment. So look, there's a few things here that will take a little bit more learning and a little bit more getting my head around, but hey, ring the bell and you'll be notified when I get a chance to do more drive time in this car, because I can't wait. I reckon it'll be good. Look at that, nice big glass roof, isn't it? Now, let's jump to the second row and see what the space is like. Alrighty, this is a very spacious second row experience. Behind my own driving position, I've got lots of leg room and foot room as well. I'm 6 foot tall and I can stretch out with a bit of comfort in here. And headroom is also pretty good as well, even with this big glass roof. It does have a shade in case you're wondering. And you've got grab handles overhead. There's also some lights and overhead vents too. So that's good to see, and so's this. You've got a climate control system in the back here, so you can adjust the temperature and the fan, and you've also got heated and ventilated outboard seats as well. So that is really quite nifty, and that just means that you can have a much more pleasant experience. Hey, I just turned on the fan thing and it was like, you must be hot. Let's close the shade for you. Interesting. Now, you've got some decent pockets on the seat backs. They're maybe not as useful as others because they don't actually enclose all around the edges. And when it comes to this back seat experience in terms of the comfort, it's very, very good. You've got ISOFIX points in the window seats and 3 top tethers too. There's a flip down here with a little storage caddy and some pop forward cup holders. The comfort, as I said, is very, very comfy, and there's even better comfort considerations if you need to get people into the third row. I'm going to get there in a sec, but you've got sliding second row seats and you can move it quite a ways forward. So let me just set it up so that's the worst I'd want to be on a long trip, and I'll jump into the back row and see what the space is like. Now, before I jump to the back row, you do have massage function for these outboard seats in the second row as well. So as you can see there, I've set that seat to, yeah, like a reasonably comfortable level for me. And let's get into the back and see what it's like. So you might set it up differently. You might do it from the other side if you've got a child seat on this side. But I just wanted to show for illustrative purposes what it's like to get into the spot in the very back. Wait there. All right, and look, as I said, I am a 6 footer and I can fit here, well, with space for my size 12s and also a decent amount of knee room. Like, I am up against it, but not uncomfortable. Headroom is probably going to be the biggest issue back here because it is a little tight. So if you do have kids in the back, it might be better. There are vents overhead and lights in the back as well, and some good storage options too, with some cup holders and soft padded parts on the sides there. Now, what is also excellent is that these third row seats also have ISOFIX points as well as those top tethers. And if you are planning to use this as a family hauler, that is surprisingly good. Not many in this segment offer that level of practicality. And well, the space is also pretty surprising, I've got to say. Wow, impressive. Okay, there's going to be a couple of different versions available in the Sealion 8 range. The first one will be a front wheel drive DMI dynamic. So that will be a 1.5 litre engine and electrification, but front wheel drive only. And then there's going to be the DMP, which is the all-wheel drive dual motor setup with a dynamic and premium grade available for that one. Now, it is the hero. It's the big dog with up to 400 kilowatts and 668 Newton meters combined. So very, very quick, not to 100, 4.9 seconds. So faster than some hot hatches and performance hatchbacks. So definitely a speed machine. But look, that's just part of the equation here. We need to talk about the EV stuff, the battery and the EV driving range. Let's do that now. On the curb side of this car is a petrol fillet, but on the other side, you will see that you've got an electric charge port. And that might be an issue if you're a street parker. Keep that in mind, but also keep this in mind. The size of the battery in this vehicle is massive. It's an LFP battery, and it does offer you 152 Ks of EV driving range, which is a lot. Certainly going to be commute friendly. And let's talk about the charging stuff that you need to know. Of course, you've got AC charging, but you've also got DC. So firstly, AC, and then you've got the DC considerations as well. So if you are out on the road and you want to rapidly recharge from a public charging station, you've got that option available to you. Now, I do think that this is going to be a very, very suitable 7-seater for plenty of people who want the EV commute lifestyle, but also want to have plenty of EV and petrol driving range available to them, because the combined driving range is about 1,000 kilometers. That's road trip friendly. Now, let's go for a quick drive and see what it's like. Okay, this is going to be a relatively brief driving component for this video because I'm at Lang Lang, a proving ground in Victoria where they used to make Holdens handle the way they did, and they're now doing GWM stuff here, by the way. But this is representative of real world scenarios in Australia, and as I've come to expect of BYD models, it's more of a comfort focused experience than it is necessarily about dynamism or outright ultimate handling in corners and stuff like that. This car feels like it's tuned for families, and I think that's an important thing. The suspension is on the soft side. You still get a little bit of firmness at times because it's got 21-inch wheels with pretty low profile tires. You can feel the road surface through the steering wheel, which I personally like. And when it comes to things like little road crossings or railway crossings, yeah, it seems to have reasonably okay body control. Definitely a little bit on the soft side, but hey, I think it's a family SUV and that is completely fine. So in terms of the other driving elements, well, you've got reasonably nice feeling steering. It feels relatively trustworthy and direct and accurate enough in terms of the responsiveness. But again, I'll have to do more driving in real world situations to see what it's actually like. And then there's this powertrain. So you do have a petrol engine that will run it as a hybrid when you don't use it as an EV. You've got the option to switch between EV and hybrid modes, and there's drive modes beyond that as well. It will do the thinking for you. You don't really need to think about it with this all-wheel drive one. So if you need a bit of extra oomph, you can get it. You just put your foot down and yep, petrol engine comes to life there. As you can probably just faintly hear, it is very, very quiet, this engine. You can notice it a little bit more at really low speeds or sitting at idle. But I do think that this powertrain seems smooth enough and seems like it's going to be a good fit for those who are looking to electrify their lives, but maybe not go full EV. And that's where a lot of people are at the moment, and I think it's a very nice spot for this car to play. It seems smooth in terms of the way that it switches between the different hybrid modes, because it can. It's a pretty smart powertrain, there's no doubt about that. And I do think that also the front wheel drive one, which is familiar from some other models in the BYD lineup, will tick the box for those who are just trying to save a bit of money and don't necessarily need all-wheel drive and all the grunts. But this one, it's certainly got the grunt, and it seems pretty fast and pretty impressive in a lot of ways, this powertrain. Rightio, on your screen now you'll see the official combined fuel consumption figure for this model. That is low. Obviously, it's got a massive battery with more than 150 Ks of potential EV driving range. So you will be able to, in theory, do 100 Ks without even touching your fuel tank's capacity. And look, then if you are running with a depleted battery or 25% state of charge is what they typically run at, for depleted batteries in BYDs, you'll still have a pretty impressive fuel consumption number, as you'll see on your screen right now. And look, my testing today has not been scientific, so I won't comment on what I've achieved for this test, but you've got a good sized fuel tank capacity and theoretically a pretty decent amount of combined driving range for this vehicle. So, yep, seems impressive, doesn't it? This seems like it's going to be a very compelling option for people who are looking for a 3-row plug-in hybrid SUV. It's really just going to come down to the price, isn't it? What do you think it should cost? Have your say in the comments section. I'd love to hear from you. And thanks for supporting my channel. It does mean a lot. Make sure you ring the bell and you'll be notified when I get a chance to do more driving in this in real world scenarios, and I'll be able to tell you all the pricing and spec stuff later on as well. Thank you for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and I'll see you when I see you.